If you suffer from stiff joints, arthritis, or generalized aches, lowering your body's overall inflammation is key to waking up feeling better. If you are over 60 and heart health and joint mobility are your number one priorities, olive oil has decades of rigorous clinical evidence proving it helps you live longer. You're standing in the grocery store aisle, staring at a wall of glass bottles and plastic jars that seems to stretch on forever. Your doctor just told you it is time to start taking your cholesterol seriously. Your daughter swears by the heavy glass jar of coconut oil sitting on the right. But you grew up trusting the dark green bottle of olive oil on the left. Today, we are tackling a kitchen dilemma that confuses millions of us every single day on Senior 365 Health. Cooking used to be so simple, didn't it? Our parents cooked with whatever was in the pantry, and nobody thought twice about it. But today, we are bombarded with so much conflicting information that making breakfast feels like taking a chemistry exam. One oil is praised as the ultimate Mediterranean miracle, a liquid gold that promises to protect your heart and add years to your life. The other is a trendy tropical secret that internet gurus claim will sharpen your memory, boost your energy, and fight off the brain fog that creeps up on us as we get older. But here's the multi-million-dollar question the food industry doesn't want to make easy for you. At our age, with our specific health needs, which one of these oils is actually healing your body from the inside out? And which one is secretly clogging your arteries while pretending to be a health food? Today, we are officially putting olive oil and coconut oil on trial. And I have to warn you right now, what we discover about how these oils react when they hit a hot frying pan might make you throw one of them straight into the trash. Let's look at the evidence. Let's start with Exhibit A, extra virgin olive oil. This isn't just a modern trend. This is a historical staple. Today, it remains the absolute golden child of the Mediterranean diet. And unlike a lot of flashy superfoods, the science backing up olive oil is rock solid, especially for older adults. Olive oil is packed with something called monounsaturated fats. If you want a simple way to picture what these fats do inside your body, think of them as tiny, highly effective scrub brushes for your blood vessels. As we age, plaque naturally wants to build up in our arteries, making our hearts work harder to pump blood. Studies consistently show that swapping out bad, highly processed fats for extra virgin olive oil actively lowers your LDL. That's your low-density lipoprotein, the bad cholesterol that causes blockages. At the same time, it raises your HDL, the high-density lipoprotein, which is the good stuff that carries excess cholesterol back to your liver to be flushed out. But it doesn't stop at just fats. Extra virgin olive oil is absolutely loaded with polyphenols. Polyphenols are powerful antioxidants that fight chronic inflammation. If you suffer from stiff joints, arthritis, or generalized aches, lowering your body's overall inflammation is key to waking up feeling better. If you are over 60 and heart health and joint mobility are your number one priorities, olive oil has decades of rigorous clinical evidence proving it helps you live longer. Case closed, right? Not so fast. Because the defense has called a very persuasive, very modern witness to the stand. Exhibit B, coconut oil. For the last 10 to 15 years, people have been putting this solid white fat into their morning coffee, baking their cookies with it, and calling it the ultimate superfood. Here is the primary reason why it became so incredibly popular. Coconut oil contains a unique type of fat called MCTs, which stands for medium-chain triglycerides. Unlike the long-chain fats found in most of the foods we eat, which have to travel through your lymphatic system and get stored as fat tissue, Your body handles MCTs differently. It sends them straight from your digestive tract directly to your liver, where they are immediately converted into ketones. Ketones provide an instant, clean source of energy for your brain. For older adults who are understandably worried about cognitive decline, memory slips, or just feeling mentally sluggish in the afternoons, this sounds like absolute magic. But here is the dark side of coconut oil that the trendy health gurus and internet influencers often conveniently ignore. When you look at the actual nutritional profile, coconut oil is over 80% saturated fat. Think about that for a second. 80%. That is significantly higher than a stick of butter. It is higher than the fat on a slice of bacon. And saturated fat is the exact substance your cardiologist is begging you to avoid because it is the primary culprit behind rising LDL cholesterol levels. So, we have a proven heart healer packed with antioxidants on one side and a saturated
fat bomb with potential brain-boosting benefits on the other. How do we rule? Well, before I give you the final verdict, there is one massive twist in this case that most people never think about. It all comes down to what happens when you turn on the stove. You see, even the healthiest, most expensive oil in the world becomes actively toxic if you use it the wrong way in your kitchen. Every cooking oil has something called a smoke point. This is the exact temperature at which the oil stops shimmering and starts burning, breaking down its chemical structure and releasing continuous streams of bluish smoke. Extra virgin olive oil has a relatively low smoke point, usually around 350 degrees Fahrenheit. If you crank your stove up to high heat to quickly sear a steak or fry some chicken, that heart-healthy olive oil breaks down. When it breaks down, it destroys those beautiful polyphenols we talked about. And worse, it releases harmful compounds called free radicals into your food. Suddenly, your healthy choice is causing the exact oxidative stress and inflammation in your joints you were trying to prevent. Coconut oil, on the other hand, stands up to high heat beautifully. Because it is highly saturated, its chemical bonds are incredibly stable. You can heat it up over 400 degrees, and it won't break down, smoke, or release those dangerous free radicals. So, what is the final definitive verdict? The ruling goes to olive oil as the absolute winner of the Daily Health Award. It should be your everyday go-to for salads and low-heat cooking. It is the gold standard for senior cardiovascular health. But coconut oil isn't guilty of being entirely useless. The ruling here is moderation. Keep a small jar for occasional high-heat baking, but treat it like butter if you have high cholesterol. Remember, we are building a community. Like, share, and subscribe.